Hello, fellow truth seekers. I am the Truth Dweller, and we, together as the collective, are the truthdwellers.com. Now, I have been getting this question over and over the last few weeks. Should I raid Area 51? Oh boy, it's everywhere. Raid Area 51, raid Area 51. They can't stop us. Get them there, aliens. Ooh. Yeah, all I can say about that is, one, I think it's a stupid idea. Because, like our t-shirt that we have online says, September 20th is essentially the deadline we gave the government to move everything to Area 52. We're giving them a notice. We're saying, hey, it's like if there's a warrant for someone, and they give them previous notice. Hey, we're coming to your home to search for drug paraphernalia. We'll be there in a month. So watch out. They're going to clean that stuff up. So what I'm recommending is any individual who's planning to go to Area 51, don't do it. Number one is it's a conformity thing. Everybody's getting into wanting to go there now and to take part in this thing. And it's just going to be massive crowds. It's going to be people selling t-shirts and $50 hot dogs. And it's just going to be... It's not going to be what you were looking for when you were trying to find the truth, okay? So if you're a real truth seeker, why don't you take that time where everybody's, running over to Area 51, and why don't you go somewhere else where there's a different conspiracy? And it's in a similar location. Why don't you go to the Grand Canyon? Yeah, the Grand Canyon. Most people are thinking probably right now, how was that a conspiracy? Well, I don't know if you've done any research or homework, but clearly, Grand Canyon is not what it seems. So, the Grand Canyon. You think about this natural developed canyon, and they call it grand for a reason, because it's so big. And this particular canyon, has this sort of little path of deep indention into the ground, and it goes for a certain way. And they say that the Colorado River is what developed and formed this Grand Canyon over millennia and centuries and other numbers. Okay? Except that's not what happened. Now, we can never know for sure what happened, but I have a pretty good guess. Since Area 51 is close, and since we do know aliens and spaceships and those type of things were housed there, and that they have many other facilities around that area with different area numbers, 52 through 87, we know that there's been alien activity around those parts. So here's my theory, and I'll tell you the facts that support the theory that make it the truth. Okay? I believe, I know, that an alien spacecraft crashed and formed the Grand Canyon. That's what happened. The Grand Canyon was an alien ship that crashed and actually carved into the earth the Grand Canyon. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, how is that possible? How is there not a big spaceship left there? Well, deterioration, things deteriorate over time. Two, the government gets a hold of it. As soon as they found it, as soon as they knew what was happening and stuff, they took care of it. They took it back to one of their various areas, and they researched it, and they can look at the technology. And they've got, why is that so hard to believe? We know those other things are conspiracies. So here's the thing. When a ship like that lands, it can get so embedded and impacted in the ground, and if those creatures, the other life forms, perished, and then sediment goes on the top of it, you might never even see it, okay? And until it's found, either it still could be there, which I doubt it, because I think the government, clearly knows about this. They would then have removed it in pieces. Now, there's going to be little bits of shrapnel and things like that, and little bits of odd things. Have you ever seen anything in the Grand Canyon? You ever been to the Grand Canyon? You ever seen any weird rocks? You ever see little bits of metal? You ever see things that don't quite look like they belong there? Possibly debris from this particular alien spacecraft. Now, for those of you who are thinking, well, that's stupid. Okay, well, let me see how stupid you are. How many other Grand Canyons do you know about? We have a lot of rivers. Yeah, we have a lot of rivers and streams and oceans and lakes. Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. There's all sorts of water bodies. How many Grand Canyons do you know about? This is the only grand one I know about, and it's located pretty close to the alien capital of the world. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, have you ever taken any sort of radiation device, any sort of Geiger counter or something like that near the Grand Canyon? Get anywhere 100 miles to the Grand Canyon, here's what'll happen. Blip. 50 miles, blip, blip. 10 miles, blip. In the Grand Canyon, there's a lot of radiation there. There's a huge amount of radiation. And if you think, oh no, there's not radiation. There's not things like that. June 30th, 1956, two planes collided head on. How does that happen? Well, I think that airplanes are a modern of marvel science. I think, I know that we're not anywhere advanced as we could be as far as spaceships and things like that, but airplanes, that's our version of high-tech technology. Now, how do these planes just crash? Didn't see each other, things were happening? Well, maybe if they're flying over, and mind you, this is 1956. I don't know the half-life of radiation off the top of my head, but I know that radiation is going to be more potent early on than it is later on. Chernobyl and things like that. That's just science. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's science. And so you got these two ships and they're going together and they're colliding. When you're flying over the Grand Canyon, radiation, all of a sudden your devices on the plane start to get a little wonky. Ooh, things aren't working like they should. Oh, I'm feeling so sick. Oh, I'm the captain. I don't know where I'm going. Radiation. That's just one fact that leads me to know that an alien spacecraft had landed there and formed the Grand Canyon. I don't know how much more simple it is than that. If you don't believe me, leave a comment. I'd love to refute the ridiculousness that you have in store. If you believe it, like, share, subscribe, tweet me, do whatever that you do on the internet. Insta-hoogle me. I don't care, whatever you want to do. However you can expose the truth to others out there who are not aware of it, I'm happy to have you do so. You can go to thetruthDwellers.com and you can get all the blog entries and videos and stories and everything that we post there, any photos, etc., so on and so forth. And also keep spreading that website. Let people know about the truth. Let them see the truth, because if they don't know about the truth, they're not going to know it. They're not going to be able to help spread it, and we're not going to get the truth out there. And also, hey, I hope I don't get a backlash from tourism around the Grand Canyon area, but I would say pick a different destination. Except for Area 51, you might as well go there because there's radiation all around that area. So instead of going to Area 51, you might as well get radiated in the Grand Canyon and actually start looking for some artifacts. Go around there and pick around. Take your little metal detectors out there. See what you can find. See if you can find more truth that can support the truth I'm telling. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. I'm the Truth Dweller, and together, we are the TruthDwellers.com.